Legion of the Beast.
Yo, put this in the episode. Everybody, we do have a cat in the studio. I don't think we're going to be able to properly record this episode, unfortunately, because the cat is just so distracting. And it's just like right there and right there. You see that? How am I supposed to fucking focus on what I'm saying? There's just so much cuteness. I'm also incredibly allergic. Believe it or not, being dead does not save you from allergies.
The cat is just here. And
the cat exists, and I'm dying. It's okay.
That's it. That's the end of the episode, people. Bye, everybody. It's cat show.
Good episode. I guess we'll just skip this one and then do part 2 next week.
You don't know what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on. What is up, my peoples? Welcome back to TARDIS Talk. I am Josh. He is Daz. And this is the Doctor Who podcast where we go over each episode just because, hey, my man Daz here don't know Doctor Who very well, so we're trying to get him caught up for Chutikatwa.
Yeah, we'll get there in by my calculations, probably 16 years, I think.
Give or take.
We're on track 16 years from now.
I mean,
so don't worry. Then we'll finally be caught up to where they are right now, as of recording this episode. So
as of recording,
we got plenty of content.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, this is Doctor Who Series 2, Episode 8, The Impossible Planet. Now, this is a 2-part episode, which honestly, we did actually get some peeps in that poll that I mentioned from last episode. We did get a few people. I think last I checked, it was a unanimous split the episode. So we'll just split the episode.
Hell yeah! Hey, you know what? It's good to be it's good to be in good company. I also like to split the episode because it's really funny. And it makes it way more like fucking suspenseful for me when I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck's it like? Oh my god, the cliffhanger on this episode. Goddamn.
Goddamn. This episode was so good.
It's so weird that they had Shia LaBeouf come in and do this. Is just, believe it or not, this is just a big Holes write-in. If you've ever seen the movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf, that's what this entire episode's about. They're just tying in the Holes universe.
Zero was in it as well, eating a fucking onion.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird, but you know what? I like it, and I want it.
He likes it, and he wants
it. We could do this the easy way to. Okay, hold on. Let me get back on track. Sorry, I'm so bad.
But no, this is probably one of my favorite 2-part stories, just because it introduces a recurring creature as well as just the overall story. The overall plot for this is just amazing. But yeah, in the next episode is going to focus heavily on like religion and supernatural, just mumbo jumbo. So it's going to be interesting to actually get into that. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, what'd you think of the episode?
Okay, so I'll hold off as per usual my rating until the end, which is always incredibly superficial and changes metrics. So that's how you know it's a good rating scale.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to hear what the rating is this time.
Oh yeah. But I think that's a good stay tuned, right? It keeps people intrigued. Unless you skip forward to the end of the episode, in which case, eat my shorts. But within the first 5 minutes of this episode, I think what was really, really funny is we get a moment where it's like, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. With the tentacle bros, and they're all like, consume, or something along those lines.
We must feed.
You got a what?
We must feed.
And I was like, God damn, we just getting killed in the first 5 minutes of the episde. That's crazy. That's insane.
Well,
who thought this was a good
idea?
Tyler. Right? I was like, all right, guess we're going on to series 3. Welp.
Gosh darn it. No, yeah. So in this episode, we are introduced to the Ood, which is by far the
I think
coolest recurring creature in Doctor Who.
they're my second favorite because I just love
Second.
robots.
Yeah.
But the Ood are really, really cool because they look terrifying, but they're just so cute and cuddly, and I kind of want to own one. BBC, if you could just get your meat farms to start producing Ood, that would be very cool. I would like an Ood butler.
Yeah, I would like an Ood or two just to have around and
Just for
boss around.
buds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, just to be buds. I'd be like, hey, Ood one, would you like to go on a walk with me today? And then Ood one would be like, blah, blah, blah. And then, obviously, like the little orb would be like, yes, of course, a walk would be sufficient. And I'd be like, hell yeah.
So the Ood are a cephalopod type of creature. They have a telepathic bond with
Each other.
all Ood kind.
Yeah.
And that little speaker is
That little Bluetooth speaker. You can get them on
the
Amazon
little
now.
Bluetooth speaker gives voice to what they're trying to say. However, that's artificially implanted onto them.
Yeah, so they don't come pre-built, unfortunately, with that.
Mhm.
You do have to buy the speaker DLC for that. But
About $400 or
yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty expensive, but it's kind of worth it because I think what's great is, believe it or not, it helps you fucking hear extracurricular and extraplanar activity, which we'll get into later. But basically, they pull up and the squid boys come up and they're like, we must consume.
No, it's we must feed. We must.
Oh, that's right.
Feed.
We must feed, and they're kind of all backing them into a corner, which is fucking terrifying. Can we just take a moment and appreciate how terrifying that is? Like, I'd be shitting my pants real bad. And then they all back up, and he bops the like little speaker thing, and it's like, we must feed you if you are hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool. That's not terrifying at all. That's like my Roomba coming up and going, I must clean the house.
It's terrifying at first, but then so wholesome at the end.
And all these people,
really hilarious.
Oh yeah, and all these people pull up and they're like,
"Yo,
how the fuck did you get here?" And they're like, "You're actual human beings. This is crazy." And I think my first problem with this episode is they're so chill with just random human beings just appearing in their doomsday situation. That's fucking weird.
I mean, I don't think they really have that much time or choice to actually digest their arrival, just because on the impossible planet that they're living on, it's just trying to be sucked into a black hole and not really wanting to. So, I mean, you got your earthquakes, you got your spatial like mumbo jumbo. Like all of time and space is being sucked into a hole. So I mean, they don't really have time to digest. Hey, 2 extra people. What's going on there?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like because the security officer investigated. I mean, like I thought it was weird that in this incredibly high stress scenario, they weren't like, hey, let's put these guys in the brig and just make sure that they're not here to make things worse. They're just like, yes, of course. I will feed you and allow you to hang out with all my other crew members, including my Ood, which are very essential to my daily operations. It's cool, bro. That was like, all right, man. Like, this is... But, I've been trying my best to suspend disbelief, so I did, in the interest of the plot. And after that, why don't you kind of lead for a moment? Why don't you tell us what happens, after they all do like a, hey, my name is Mr. Zach. I'm the Captain Zach dude.
Okay.
That's exactly what he says, by the way. He says, I'm Captain Zach dude.
Let's back up a little and introduce our cast of characters. So obviously we have the Doctor and Rose, but the security officer the security dude is Mr.
By the way, great full name. Because it's just
Mr. Jefferson.
No, it's John Jefferson.
Is it John Jefferson?
Yeah. It's so John Smith ass motherfucker.
No,
They're like, we
it's
can't do John
John
Smith. That's
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
They're like,
it's his name. It's my name too.
They're like, we can't make him John Smith. That'd be too obvious, right? That's like lazy writing. They're like, John Jefferson. That works. That's totally better. I was like,
John
God
Smith
damn it.
does come back in Doctor Who canon. But anyways, so yeah, we got Mr. Jefferson, the security officer.
Security bro.
Security bro. We have our commander, our captain, Zach. We got Ida and Scooty, the tech girls.
Also, Scooty, oh man.
God,
that hurt.
She was cute.
She was cute and it hurt. Because she just wanted to help. I felt so bad. But also, she's kind of a dumb bitch. Because, like, I'll explain that in a moment.
Yeah, please wait.
Remember, Zach Dude. It's Captain Zach Dude. You gotta give him his full title.
We also have Danny and Toby.
Yep.
And then we got the Ood.
And then, if I remember correctly, like, shortly after they all, like, kind of do their intros and shit, the Doctor and Rose are like, what the fuck are these things? And you're like, they're Ood. And then we kind of get that what's going on of what the fuck they are pretty quickly.
Yeah, because this is the first time the Doctor has encountered the Ood in all of canon. Like, I'm sure they've been around in the story before this, but this is the first time we're ever seeing them on screen. So yeah, he doesn't really know what they are.
You know, and I think it's so refreshing to have the Doctor just not know something, because the whole entire point of the Doctor is he travels through time to, like, learn things, right? Which is super fucking cool. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, he helps just because he's a good guy, but his whole purpose from the beginning, from at least what he's explained to Rose and shit, he's like, I learn things. That's why I travel. I learn things and I leave it better than I came, which is cool. But it's really weird when this dude has literally ad infinitum of time and space and just knows everything that's going on and exactly, oh yes, these are the mechanical time bros and they're here to fix the ship, but they're fixing the ship with their... Like, it's nice when we have the Doctor go, I don't know what the fuck that thing is, and I don't know if it's dangerous, and he's just as terrified as Rose. And I loved that. And I hope the writers do more of that. Not crazy often, but like a dash here or there would be nice, because I feel like, you know, eternity is a long time, and being able to go backwards and forwards in eternity is an even longer time, especially with all these different places of infinity, like planets and galaxies and solar systems and space stations and shit like that. It's nice to see him go, oh fuck, because that's realistic, you know?
Yeah, it definitely is refreshing to see the Doctor not know what's going on, because there are times that he doesn't know what's going on. He has to have it explained along the way, and just, oh yeah, so okay, yeah, this happens and that and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's so Rose and the Doctor find out or learn that the planet they're on is in orbit around a black hole.
Which also, by the way, super cool visual effects.
Oh, absolutely. Super cool
fucking cool.
So the black hole is sucking in all the systems, all the universe
planets,
around it, all the planets around it.
Yeah.
And something is holding this planet in place. And that is why these people on the planet are drilling into the center of the planet. I keep saying planet. They're drilling into the center of the planet to find out what is keeping it in stasis and not being sucked in to the black hole.
Another good example of making the Doctor a little bit more of a human character is Doctor doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. He's just like, holy shit, this would need such a ridiculous amount of power that you guys shouldn't have yet, which I think is a good foreshadowing, because he's like, it's just such an insane amount of power, you know. He's like, I don't even think I could really make that happen, which I think is, again, good.
Did you catch the numbers? The number?
I sure did.
Yeah.
I went,
So
hold on. I know enough about religion. Give me just a second here. So I think if I remember correctly, it was inverted self something force of 6 to the power of 6 every 6 seconds. Now, if you know anything about Eastern and Western Christianity, 666 is the number of the beast, which just so happens
to be
come
our
in.
overarching bad guy of this.
Exactly.
Of this.
He's our monster of the 2 weeks.
Monster of the 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, so that is honestly all we know. The beast or Satan or the
Whatever the fuck you
devil
want to call
or
him.
something is down in the planet or somewhere, or just an influence in this whole debacle. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That being said, that's going way far into the episode.
Yeah, that was just our sneak peek for those of you listening, so that we can kind of keep on the level and feel the foreshadowing that we've noticed. Now let's talk a little bit. Yeah, we can put that on the board for later. That's a secret mouse tool that we're going to use to murder people with later. Now, right after they kind of have this, like, I guess, expose about what the station is, what the Ood are, who's there that are important, our important players, our setup. We feel this big tremor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is when sections 5 to 8, which we'll get into why this is so important in a moment, because we get back to it, because the Doctor doesn't even notice, collapse as a result of these earthquake tremors they've been experiencing since they got there.
And so the Doctor and Rose are like, oh yeah, it's fine. We can give y'all a lift if you need to. And the crew is asking, like, oh yeah, that's right. How did you even get here? The Doctor's like, spaceship. It's a bit technical and I can't really explain it, but we came here. We landed in like floor or outlet 3 or 4 or something like that, and they're just staring at him like, and then the Doctor's like, oh shit, wait.
And he looks at the map and he's like, oh fuck.
My TARDIS is gone.
It's like, it's an intergalactic version of Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, where's my car?
Dude, where's my TARDIS? Dude,
where's my TARDIS,
dude? No, dude. Wasn't it over here, dude? No. Where's my TARDIS, dude?
I can't wait for the intergalactical dude. Hit my TARDIS.
Yes. I can't wait for the intergalactic tattoos where it's like, dude, what was mine say? Sweet. What about mine? But actually, we're spoiling the next episode. We gotta reel back a little bit here. Okay.
I haven't even seen the next episode, so I don't know what's going on.
Don't you know about the intergalactic tattoos that they get? Come on, bro. So we go back to Toby, right? We get this cut after that freak out moment they have, and as a reminder, Toby is basically like, I know he's an archaeologist, but he also kind of has a dual function here. He is working with old languages in an attempt to translate them, right? Which isn't necessarily typically what an archaeologist does, but whatever. For the sake of the
archaeologists usually just plunder and
find history,
whips, and fight Nazis and whatnot.
Oh yeah, exactly, and that too, yeah. And then they go, "This belongs in a museum."
It belongs in the temple that you just stole it
from. But Toby puts down his cowboy hat and his whip, and he's playing with this weird, like, piece of broken stuff. And at the beginning of the episode, we see "Welcome to Hell" and all these symbols, and he's trying to decode these symbols, which is weird because, but we'll get there. And he's sitting there, and he starts having his schizophrenia demons start talking to him. They're like, I'm in your walls, I'm behind you, don't look back, you'll die. Exactly. Just like, and then he goes, I'm gonna put my fucking funny soul in your body. And he goes, wait, what? And he looks back, and then suddenly he has a bunch of tattoos, and he looks just like Tech 9. It's so crazy.
I'm gonna play you like a puppet.
Yeah. Unlike Tech 9, he does not begin a rapping career. He starts getting ready to do some very, very terrible things, which is scary. It's a little scary. But
yeah,
we kind of. Oh, go ahead.
It sucks because the scary thing he does is kill off one of his crewmates.
And that's a good transition, because we switch over to it's like a mess hall. I guess some people are eating. I'm not sure if it's actually where you're supposed to be eating, but some people are eating in the shot.
Yeah, it's a mess hall, I think.
Oh, okay. And this lady, Miss Scott, I think her name's Ida.
Yeah,
she's like, "Hey, everybody, do you guys want to witness the ending of a civilization or something along those lines?" And I'm like, fucking eyebrow raise. What the fuck's about to go on? And she opens this roof window so they can watch this Scarlet system that's been around for like 50 bajillion years or whatever get swallowed into the black hole.
Yeah.
And we get this very somber moment with the Doctor where he is equally as at the whims of the universe as Rose, because she realizes she can't call her mom, because she has no signal, which has really not happened so far on her phone. And they're talking about, maybe after this we each have to get a house. And he's like, "Oh no, can you imagine that? Getting a house?" And she's like, "Yeah, you'd have to get a mortgage. And I'd have to get a mortgage. Or maybe we could share one." And I was like, "Rose, your boyfriend just left you because you're a piece of shit and you're already trying to get in this man's pants? Like, relax."
When hasn't she been trying to get in his pants?
I know, but like, you could have at least given it a little bit of time, right? It's been like, what, 2 fucking days? And she's already like, "Give me some cock." Right? Fuck, man. But, so, they watch it. They have this moment of clarity of how dangerous this entire experience is and how they're kind of stuck with the rest of the people here.
Yeah.
Then as they're talking, why don't you talk a little bit about what the phone says? Because it rings.
So, Rose is not able to get a signal to her mom, which is fine until her phone starts ringing and just spouting the craziest shit ever. It says, "Hey, we're trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty."
It's true. It goes, "Hey, so you're a little bit behind on your bank statement, and we're actually gonna have to close your bank account if you're not careful. It kind of sucks."
He's awake.
Yeah, he's like, "He woke up. Sorry, he forgot to set his alarm and he kind of overslept. My bad."
I will start ruling the world now.
Pretty much. That's exactly how it happens. And then we get a jump cut, which is my favorite type of cut in Doctor Who, because it usually means something terrible's happening.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, just go watch literally every other episode that we've had happen, and every time there's a jump cut, it's not for something good. And Toby's like, "Gah!" And he wakes up, and he's got all these tattoos all over his face, and he's got really bad red contacts in. And, the Doctor and Rose, they go talk to... Fuck, I can't remember his name. About the Ood. That really cool dude with, like, the nice haircut. It's like a middle part. It's like short hair. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, Danny.
Okay, I was going to say Donnie. Thank you. So Danny, he talks to them, and he's like, "Oh, basic 10's really normal for them." And they're like, "Holy shit. It's basic 30. And he goes, "Oh, that's like them screaming about something. That's not good." And then they tell Danny about the Ood, and we get another jump cut. Do you want to release the dub on what you were saying earlier?
So, Toby is possessed by the beast or whatever's down there. He decides to go for a little spacewalk. And sadly enough, Miss Little Scooty finds him outside. No suit, no spacesuit, just breathing in nothing. She's in with us tattoos and is like, "Oh fuck, I gotta get out of here." Then Toby explodes the window and she's sucked off.
Yeah, she does get sucked off. It's really crazy that they put that on daytime television. It was
I know,
a really
right?
fucking
It's like,
strange thing.
damn, all right, I need more
I
of
was
this.
like, with children in the room? That's crazy.
For free?
For free? Pretty much, yeah. Sorry, headphones users. Fuck. My bad. But so she gets pulled out into yield vacuum
into
of
the
space.
vacuum
And
of
also,
space.
an important thing to notice is the Beast is standing out on the vacuum of space breathing.
Or
It's
not
so
breathing.
weird.
Yeah, it's really
I mean, he's
weird.
like heaving his chest back and forth like he's breathing, and I'm like, that's not how space works, but I'm gonna allow it to happen for this. But so there's a breach. All these alarms blare, right? And I think it's Zach Dude, Captain Zach Dude, orders everyone to evacuate that section because I think he thinks that it's just like another collapse, right?
Yeah.
So everybody rushes to the next corridor, and they're looking around, and they're trying to find Scooty, who is the lady who was
That
pulled
got
out.
sucked off. Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't figure out where she is, and they're like, oh my god, I really hope she didn't get sucked off. And then sure enough, as they're all in that same kind of mess hall, no one ever closed the windows.
And the doctor finds her.
Yep, someone looks up, and he goes, oh fuck, we found Scooty. And she's just big chilling.
Ba, 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 ba.
But I can actually hold on. I think I have a decent fucking screen grab here. I'm gonna send this to Josh because I really want you to maintain the quality of this because I really like how scuffed it looks.
Jesus.
Here you go. Imagine that stretched out on the screen.
Oh god. Why? No, come on.
It's a 400 by 200.
That's 400 by 230. No, that's gonna be. Oh god, that's.
You're right. You can put it over my face. It'll be great.
Oh, that's gonna look real bad.
There she is. It looks bad. Look at it in all of its glory.
Oh, that looks real bad.
Oh, it looks bad. But anyways,
So
Zach
yeah,
is not stoked about
Scooty's gone, and the drill finally stops. So they suit up. The doctor and Ida suit up. They go down into the depths of the planet, and the Ood and Toby start acting up.
Yeah, so they're kind of out on this like I guess like a walkway, if you will, like kind of a catwalk. And there are 3 Ood, and there are, I think there's like a science officer there of some sort. Oh no, it's the security officer. That's who it is. It's the security officer and Rose, and then obviously the doctor and someone else. I don't remember her name. She's not important for the moment. So as they keep kind of like reminiscing over this poor woman who was pretty young that died and got sucked into the black hole, and they're kind of talking about what they're going to be doing, and the doctor convinces Captain Zach Dude to let him go in his place because a captain leads, and he can't lead the mission from down there. The more they talk about what's going on, and the more they ask Toby for help, as he's tweaking out like a meth head sitting on the catwalk, the more strange Toby starts to act. Eventually, after enough provocation, and also after the doctor has already went down, Toby fully kind of transmutes himself into the Beast. And as he does this, all of the
fucking berserk.
Oh yeah, they go 100 on the brainometer that we were talking about earlier, which is dead.
Basically dead.
Yeah. But they're still alive, which is kind of weird. And they've been at basic 100 for so long that what Captain Zach Dude told everyone to do is just watch them because he wasn't sure what the fuck was going on. And sure enough, as they're asking Toby about the ancient symbols, he turns into the Beast. He has his weird Sharpied on stuff on his face and the bad red contact lenses, and he taunts the security captain and talks about his dead wife for a moment, which is kind of fucked up. That's fucked. Then he passes out, and all of the Ood begin to kind of walk towards the party after the security captain threatens Toby and he passes out.
We are the Legion of the Beast.
They were talking about how they're like, yo, we the homies of the Beast. That's not what they said, but I'm saying that's what they said. And the security guard and Danny get electrocuted by a translator ball. Danny runs, and then in the other spot that everyone else is at, they treat. And then we end the episode as the Doctor and Ida walk through these giant kind of corridors with all these different statues and look at a big hole. And when the pit opens, it says, "Next time on Doctor Who." It doesn't actually say that, but they hear "The pit is open and I am free," and sub to Zeros to Heroes on YouTube and Twitch, and it was a weird thing for them to do so early on. It was so crazy.
I know, right? I know. But yeah, this was definitely a really good episode. It's more of a setup for what's to come, but watching back to back, it's a pretty full story.
I mean, honestly, I still really so something I want to hit on before I give my like kind of final thoughts here is what I have noticed as we've went through series 2 so far is even the world building episodes are really, really good for their pacing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big difference between modern TV and TV from back, and even just a couple decades ago when CGI wasn't that great, so your writing had to be really good. Is I'm not bored in the world building episodes. The pacing's good enough. There's enough intrigue. They're not fucking force feeding information down my gullet in 5-minute intervals. It's like a little bit about the characters, a little bit about indirect characterization, back to the plot line, back to world building, back to more characterization, back to plot line, back to world building. And this episode overall, I think, is a really good example of that, and that's why I am going to rate it, I would say 7.3 oods out of 9. Pretty good. Pretty good episode.
Yeah.
I really like it because even though some of the practical effects are a little goofy, and there were some moments I had to withhold disbelief, I think that it does it in a charming enough way and in a way that's more focused on the story necessarily than the believability of people just appearing out of nowhere and no one caring. That it's writing more than makes up for those missteps. And also we got to see some weird scenes. Like, I thought the funniest part this entire episode was that scene where the Beast and Scooty are looking at each other, and it's like back and forth with him, like probably an unreasonable amount of times. If you want to put up that clip now, you can as I talk over it. But the Beast is fucking putting his hand out to Scooty, and then it switches back over to Scooty, and then it switches back over to the Beast, and then it switches back over to Scooty like 8 times. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, it's so silly, right? And it's moments like that that really help cut the cosmic horror for me, that make this episode special.
Before we end, I also do want to shout out the design team, the production team, actually building all of the sets.
Dude, I was talking with Prince Ali because I was watching it while we were our kind of new ritual before I record to kind of get me in the right headspace is we just kind of chat the shit while I watch the episode and he plays Hearthstone. And sometimes I play with him because I'm good at multitasking. Because I just pause and then do my turn and then come back. And I think what was interesting was those sets. I think what they probably did was they made smaller sets and then just cut or painted the Doctor and the other officer that he's with onto the scene. But they're still so well detailed and they're clearly practical. Like that whole opening was practical. That it blew me out of the water compared to normal shit from these days. Like thinking about like shows like The Mandalorian with a lot of fucking budget. And seeing how they just sparingly used CGI in this entire episode was so nice. So nice. There were moments where you can kind of see the light boxes, but it's okay. It was so charming.
You don't look behind the curtain, folks.
Yeah, bro. Like there are a couple times where they're like showing the overall space base, right? Like falling into
the outside.
and you can see the edge of the light box just a little bit. At least I could see on my big screen. And I giggled, but it's such a well-designed set. I don't mind. It's kind of like watching fucking Star Wars from the 70s, right? The original trilogy.
Oh yeah.
You can notice the small imperfections, but I think that's what makes this show so special, at least so far for me. I'm not sure if that's what a lot of people in the fandom like, but I love how grassroots and how kind of punk rock this show has been, and cavalier in its production as well as its messaging. You know?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Except for, I'll never fucking forgive them for We Are Not Amused. Never letting that shit down. We're going to be 100 episodes from now. I'm still going to be talking about that episode. And the T-posing werewolf.
It's like, well, are you amused now?
Would you say you're amused? No. Shut up, bros.
Yeah, definitely a fun episode. Definitely a good first part to a 2-part story. So yeah, it was what, 7.3 oods out of what, 9?
Yeah.
Why not 10?
I don't know.
Yeah, just it's being silly.
It's a completely proprietary system. If I explain it to you, I wouldn't be able to patent it later.
Fair enough. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'm Josh. He is Daz. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hey, thanks for watching. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you guys thought. If you are listening on Spotify, give us a rating, and let us know what you guys thought of the episode. We are on YouTube and Spotify. Also, hey, why don't you just follow our social medias? We are on everything, just everything. Zeros to heroes.
If you want to bully me over my good or bad opinions about Doctor Who or anything else, I'm Daz the Ghost on Twitter. Feel free to just pump into my DMs and say whatever you want. I'll definitely chat the shit with you. I love.
And we will talk about it on stream.
Oh yeah, I already had one person pull in and just say some very nice things. They said not to specifically shout them out, but I do want to say thank you. I appreciate it. We try really hard to make rehashing this kind of older content fun. And she also shouted out, Josh, your editing. So shout out you.
Oh,
I won't leak the DMs of exactly what was said, but it was very heartwarming. And we've had both some kind of stressful weeks, and that really brought me up. So thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that is going to be it for us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and you have a good rest of your weekend. So we will see you guys next week for episode 9, The Satan's Pit.
Ooga booga.
Later, everybody.
Later.